Hey guys, so Sports Cards back here. Got a video, got some cards to show you guys. A few trades I made, a few pickups, and some PSA submissions that had came back. And then I want to show two oddball things too. I'm going to start off with the two oddball things. I don't know much about this set, so I found this at a card show in Dedham, Mass. I sort of frequent that one every so often when I can go. Dedham, Massachusetts. And there's always a variety of dealers there. It varies from modern to vintage, but I'd say mostly probably modern, not many vintage dealers. But a guy had a bunch of autograph oddball stuff, and he had a bunch of oddball sets. And I saw these two pieces here, World War II related-ish. I've been on a big World War II kick these days, just watching every documentary, and it's just something I've been into. And I ended up finding these two cards here. So what they are, they're from 1936. Now, let me try to focus here. It's basically a German release, and these are two cards from the set. It is of Hitler, obviously, as you can see. I just thought they were really interesting to pick up. I've never seen anything like this before, so that's Hitler walking in. This is the 1936 Olympics. And I just thought it was a cool, interesting piece of history here. And again, the back of these are all German here. And so it is a multi-card set. There's a bunch of cards in this set. The famous one out of the set is a Jesse Owens card. And I guess the dealer had a bunch of those, and someone came before me and picked them all up. But I just thought it was an interesting one. So this is him walking into the Olympics with everybody. Again, it's just kind of a piece of history here. And then I picked this one up, which is more of like a closer-up image here, talking to some people. But this was the Olympics where he was all hopped up. Like I guess he was on a million drugs or something like that. I watched a few videos about this, but yeah, this was before World War II, obviously, but this was when he was when the Nazis were becoming in power, clearly. But I just thought it was interesting. I have no idea what it says in the back, but just saw them, and they are original. They look like they're in pretty good shape, so I don't even think I'm going to send it out to get graded. I'm just going to kind of keep them as a keepsake. So just a little bit of history there. So that's that pickup. Now I want to show you guys some baseball cards. So I sent 3 cards into PSA. 2 of them were basically a crossover. There were some Yogi Berra cards that I had that were just graded authentic. They weren't graded like autograph 10, card 4, or condition 4. But I wanted to get them in those type of slabs. So I sent these 2 cards out here that I have shown before. So I'll show this card. Let me try to focus here. Here we go. This is a 1959 Yogi Berra. I showed this card before. Before, it was just a card that just said authentic, so it wasn't, I knew the autograph was real, and I believed that the card, obviously, like, wasn't a fake card or anything like that, but this came back, PSA 4, Auto 10. The auto is great. Card's a little rough. It's, like, dirty, the surface issues. Really, there's a few fish eyes, but the centering's great. The color's really good, and the back's a little off-center, but it came back a 4, which I was happy about. I didn't expect these to grade high. Kind of wanted to just get them in the slabs for my collection. So that's the first one here. Let me get this going here. Sorry for the focus. And then my second one is another one that I think I showed this one. This is a 58 tops. Auto 10, card grade 3. So, clean surface on the card. I didn't own the 58, and I saw this, and the auto's in a good location, placement, and everything. And the 58 back's pretty cool. So I don't know the pops on these. I mean, I didn't really look that up to see what these, like, how many of these it kind of existed. I don't know. But that's that. So anyways, I did have a disappointment. So I think I showed this card as well. I guess I'll kind of play a game with you guys here. So this is a card I picked up here. Now, this is a beautiful 1956 Topps Ted Williams gray back. And I was like, I saw this at a show. It was in a Beckett BVG 5 case in a BVG slab. It was a BVG 5, and I looked at it and I'm like, I don't care about the grade. Like, the centering can be tough, especially with this, like, they did it like a double border. I don't know if it's this card specifically, but on the 56s, it kind of just looks off on most copies, but this copy is so clean. Like, I bought it for that reason, and you guys can see it's just beautiful copy. I got nothing bad to say about it. The surface is so clean. Everything's good. And the only issues that I can see, there are no surface wrinkles. I searched this up and down. One of the only issues I see is that this the top border here, going across this whole way, it's kind of, you guys can kind of see what I'm talking about here. it's like perforated. I don't even call it perforated. It's just kind of like an issue on the edge of the back here, and it's really predominantly just on this one side. Other than that, it's got like a little bit of a soft corner from the back side here, but the front is just not. So just by looking at this, you guys can kind of take a guess of a grade if you'd like. And I thought it was, I wasn't expecting a perfect BVG to PSA conversion. I know that that's never happened and that's not the case, but I just thought this was a great example. Came back a PSA 3. And again, I looked this card up and down before I sent it, and I knew it wasn't going to grade astronomically high, but I thought it would be better than a 3. I genuinely thought it was going to be a 4, and if I was lucky, maintain a 5, maybe just because of that back surface issue. But regardless, you know, looking at the card, it's beautiful, and I'm not going to get it reholdered or anything, or at this point, I'm just, it looks good in the PSA label, PSA holder, but it's just a clean TED. It's like super nice. I haven't found a cleaner one in a while, so, and I've been looking for this card, but happy to own this. You know, you guys can see it's just, it's a great copy. It really is. The surface is so good. Color is fantastic. So kind of disappointed it came back to 3, but, you know, it's the name of the game we play. I guess PSA, you know, I guess people want to complain about their inconsistencies. I don't know if it's that. I just think that they're strict these days and certain things they look for. So that's just, I guess, the reality of it these days. But, yep, let me get the glare out of here. Perfect. Okay. And then the rest of these are pickups. So I'm going to start with this one. This is a kind of a Yogi Berra pickup, a card that I've been after for a while. I'm not sure if you guys are aware of this variation. So these are my 2 cards here. These are 1954. Let me try to get some clarity here. 2 1954 Topps Yogi Berra cards. And as you can see, one's a SGC holder, one's a PSA holder, but the PSA one is the one I had just picked up. I have owned this SGC 6 for a while. It's a pretty nice example of a Berra. But this one is a grayback. So this is a 1954 Topps grayback. And this was a Canadian release, allegedly. It displays exactly like the regular Topps version, the regular back, the white back, except obviously the backs. So I'll show you guys in comparison kind of the difference of the two. It's got a back almost like the 56 Topps set, the gray back here. Let me try to keep going here with the focusing. So the backs are like the same. There's nothing wrong with them. There's no difference, I mean, between the two of them. I'd say except maybe the card stock. So the card stocks, the green is a little bit darker here, a little bit more vibrant on the regular version. And they both do say, this is the regular Topps version. I don't know if you guys can see what I'm looking at here. Printed in the USA, and we get the PSA grayback version that also, you really can't see it, printed in the USA. So it's a variation the 54 Topps set had, and they are extremely low population. To give you guys an example, this is a Pop 4. PSA 3 is a Pop 4 with only 15 higher. So these are really, can be tough to come by. Okay, I don't know why my camera keeps doing that. So these can be really tough to come by. And when I saw this on eBay pop up, which you very seldom see them do, I had to scoop it up. You know, and it's not a bad example. It's a pretty clean surface, and it's a little off-center, a little rough, but nice. And I think I've shown this one before. This is my 6. So both are pretty sweet copies. I have nothing to complain about them, and I'm assuming the pop on the regular 54 Topps through PSA and SGC is multiples greater than what the graybacks are. So happy to own this. Kind of the pairing looks good together. It's a pretty cool little variation that happened in 54. So yeah. So anyways, the last card I want to show is a big pickup for me. Pretty large one I've been after. I'm a big Willie Mays fan, sort of a Willie Mays collector in a sense. I had made some trades to acquire this card. I had traded my 55 Topps Clemente rookie card, PSA 3. It was a great copy, centered good. The surface was a little dirty, and it had some nice eye appeal, but I wasn't in love with it totally. But I had the opportunity to kind of laterally move higher along with some cash to make some deals, and I ended up landing this beautiful 1952 Topps Willie Mays SGC2. So upon first glance, like centering's great. That and the color and the surface and the clarity, it's beautiful. It landed at I believe a technical landing of a 2. It's got this mark here. It's like a paper loss almost of some sort right here. So you can see that, and the corner's a little rough too. But beyond that, this card is like really, really nice. It presents beautiful for a 2. It's one of the nicer SGC 2s I've ever seen. And it does look like, too, whatever that mark was, it kind of broke through the back here. But it's not even like a pinhole. I don't really know necessarily. It's just some, card that's 50, from 1952. Seen some wear and tear. It's got a little crease in the corner here. But just a great copy. Great, beautiful copy that, I really, it's like, minus that, this might push a 3, 4. I'd say maybe, I don't know if it'd grade a 5, but it's super nice. Super nice copy. Like, that's what caught my eye about it. It's just, it presents way higher than a 2. So really happy to own that. And I guess I can kind of pair that up with my other 52. Let me try to focus here. My other 52, I got a Burke Ross here too, which these are way lower population cards than the 52 tops by I think a long shot. But Willie didn't look too happy in 1952. He's a little serious coming into the league. But yeah, pretty similar image, honestly, for the most part. But yeah, happy to own this one. Don't know the pop on it, but regardless, it just presents great. So really, really happy to have that one in the collection now. So, but that's pretty much it, guys. Appreciate you guys watching and everybody that comments and watches consistently. I really appreciate that. So till next time, thanks.